Richard Osman, 51, made a name for himself creating and co-presenting BBC's Pointless and has even been named Author of the Year in 2021. However, in a new interview, Richard has opened up about how hard his food addiction is and his struggles to overcome it behind the scenes. Richard spoke to BBC Radio 4's Desert Island Discs about the issue, revealing he had therapy in his 30s to address his food issues. He claimed food addiction doesn't have the doomed glamour of drugs or alcohol, and that it can be tougher to overcome. The presenter said, "If an alcoholic came to my house they would be shocked to see bottles of gin and bottles of wine, completely untouched. Because an alcoholic couldn't have that in their house. And if I came to your house and there were crisps or chocolate bars untouched in the fridge, it'd be like, what? How are they untouched?" If him going through an episode. He believes his addiction is identical to what people go through when they are addicted to drugs and alcohol due to the secrecy of consuming these things and the shame behind it. Richard continued, "And food is a tricky one because booze and drugs you can just give up. It is unbelievably difficult but, with a zero-tolerance policy. Whereas if you're addicted to food or to love or all these things that are sustaining, you do still have to have them, and so it's quite a hard one to work your way out of. I control it more often than I don't, but it's actually quite hard and sometimes you do slip, but I try my best and I certainly have no shame about it now." Tom Quinn, Director of External Affairs for eating disorder charity Beat, told the BBC, "We are so grateful to Richard Osman for choosing to speak openly about his food addiction. Sadly there is still a stigma surrounding men who experience disordered eating, which can make it more difficult for men to recognize symptoms in themselves and reach out for help. Whenever people in the public eye share their experiences with disordered eating, it helps to reduce the misconception that disordered eating only affects women, and can encourage more people to reach out for support." Tom estimates that there are over 300,000 males in the UK with an eating disorder, with a huge increase in males reaching out for support during the pandemic. For years, scientists have debated if food addiction really exists, and, in a 2013 report, an academic named Sally Marlowe wrote that binge eating, which has been linked to obesity, was the only type of eating disorder where it was thought that addiction played a role. Richard rose to fame as the sidekick on BBC's game show Pointless and has recently become known for his very successful novels. The Pointless star's debut novel, The Thursday Murder Club, saw him named Author of the Year at the 2021 British Book Awards. Hollywood producer Steven Spielberg even holds the movie rights to the book. His follow-up book, The Man Who Died Twice, finished runner-up in this year's official Christmas book chart, with the book itself becoming one of the fastest-selling novels since records began. In September, Osman told the BBC he is not going to get complacent about his achievements. "I've been through my creative life with great TV shows that fail and not so great that succeed, so I'm rarely surprised by anything," he said. "But am humbled and amazed. Am thinking what a lovely thing to have happened and I get such lovely comments in the street, but am with Kipling on success and failure, you have to treat them in just the same way." Richard Osman's Desert Island Discs episode is on BBC Radio 4 on Boxing Day at 11 a.m.